And welcome back here. As I see, John didn't remind me that I needed to reset the scoreboard, John. I blame that on John. It really is not John's fault, but like I said, it really is not John's fault, but I will try to make it so if I can do such. As we're getting about ready for action here between the two teams tonight, as the Cyclones and I will do my PA job like usual. I did not see whether Mr. Finch came through or not. And so just bear with us, folks, as we go here. Good evening and welcome to West Prairie High School for tonight's varsity matchup between the Red Storm of United High School and your West Prairie Cyclones. At this time, please rise, and gentlemen and ladies, remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. Don't look at me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not singing it. You don't want to hear that. Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Let's press on here with the starting lineups for this evening. And now for the starting lineup for the visiting Red Storm of Monmouth United High School. Number 2, Lucy Kane. Number 3, Madison Penn. Number 4, Reese Bertelson. Number 13, Lainey Butler. And number 21, Kerrigan Sperry. The Red Storm are coached by head coach Lisa Gardelo and assistant coach Chris Anderson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, see the storm clouds on the horizon. Feel the wind start to blow. It is time to meet your West Prairie Cyclones. Starters tonight include number 1, Addie Despain. Number 3, Grace Vanonic. Number 4, Allie Arnold. Number 10, Lauren Powell. And number 35, Lauren Bell. The Cyclones are coached by Grant Bland, assisted by Mary Vanonic. The officials for tonight's game are Devin Raleigh, Bill Farquhar, and Rocky Calkins. Good luck to all the teams involved tonight. Apologize a moment there. I don't know what happened to the national anthem, but
really upset you didn't start singing it, Greg.
Trust me, people in the home viewing audience and people at this gym do not want to hear me sing that. Addison Despain will tip it up, and also Reese Bertelson. They'll bring it up very quickly. It is a Kerrigan Sperry with it. Kick out for Lainey Butler. 3 good.
Quick start here for United as the 3 is up and good. We'll see Lauren Powell dribbling the ball up the court, breaking this press. Nice behind the back move there, and Schulte can't get up top.
I think you're a little biased there, John, but Grace, it was a nice move. Grace Vanonic with it. Over to Addison Despain. 3 on the way by Powell. No good. Going to bounce around. And Vanonic nearly had it a bounce. Tipped out there by number 4, Reese Bertelson. Inbounds will come from Addie Despain. Box offensive set here as they look to trigger in. Lob to Grace Vanonic. Shoulder balloon picked by Despain. Sets it up, comes back up top, and jumped at quickly by Madison Penn. Dribbles toward the lane, kick out for Powell. A fake, and looks to get a screen from Bell and resets the offense here as it ticks by. 7:10 mark of the first quarter of play. Vanonic with it. The looper, no good, and pulled down by Laney Butler. Butler will lead the charge up the floor, bouncing up quickly for Sperry. And then the cross-court pass over to Penn. Penn wheeling it out for Sperry. As they move it around here, Cyclones 2-3 zone. Bouncing up top for Butler. Butler over for Penn. And Penn out now for Reese Bertelson. They'll bounce it. Powell with a steal. Powell dribbling into the lane, goes up with it. Shot no good. A little hard off the backboard. Vanonic had the rebound, tied up. And we're a possession jump ball. Got to bring it back to the Cyclones. Addie Despain ready to trigger it in. Inbounds, nice pass to Allie Arnold, but she couldn't hang on to it. And bounce it around, actually going to whistle a foul. And the foul whistled on Madison Penn. Addie Despain ready to bring it inbounds over to Vanonic, to Powell, waiting for Despain in the corner. She'll hold, nice defense there, stolen away by Bertelson, and she'll lead a fast pace up the court. Bouncing on the outside and shot on the way from Sperry, no good. Rebound Arnold. Back will come the Cyclones. It is 3-0 in favor of United. Powell, near side, dribbles on Sperry, holds it out top there, picked up her dribble, needs some help, bounces to Despain. And they'll give a look here. Addie Despain dribbling down, turns. Wanted to go lane, couldn't, and lobbed it for Powell, but a little too wide and out of bounds. Both these teams, John, in a hurry to get into transition, but then able to pull it back and run a little offense.
Yeah, we've seen both teams run nice in transition, but neither team really able to get anything set up when they have to run some set plays here. We'll see if that changes.
Sperry with it on the far side, swings it up top there for Robinson. She'll dribble, lost it. Bell picks it up, and Vanonic's got it. Grace Vanonic down the far side of the court, tried to spin in the lane. Despain picked it up, shoots shot, no good. Rebound Arnold. Arnold flips it out to Vanonic, who's having a hard time hanging on to it. Jump ball, possession arrow at United. Ball must be a little bit greasy tonight because people are having a hard time hanging on to it. Somebody was eating chicken wings before they played the game tonight, or 5:25 mark of the first quarter, 3-0 lead for United. As Robinson Holt bounces in the lane, they try to pass it out top. Nice touch pass, and the shot on the way, no good. Rebound pulled down by Vanonic. She's fouled from behind by Sperry. That is the second on the United team. They'll put on pressure just like the JV did as they look to get into Lauren Powell. And again, maybe this is kind of where JV made a little mistake. Powell pretty confident in herself, dribbles it across the timeline, now pulls it up. Shoot shot, no good. Rebound pulled down, and they fight for it. Ball tipped and kept by United. Sperry dribbling up with it is bumped and fouled from behind by Allie Arnold. Arnold with her first. Go ahead, John.
I was going to say, we've seen a pretty physical game here throughout the first couple of minutes. We'll see if that continues throughout the game.
Great segue. 4:50 left to go here, first quarter. Sperry down in the corner, works it over for Bertelson. Bertelson bouncing out for Robinson. Tried to get it in the lane, tipped by Despain, but Robinson picks it back up. And they run it out to Sperry. Sperry looking to drive lane, comes down, shoots over Bell, no good. Rebound picked up underneath by Bertelson, fouled by Vanonic. And so up to the free throw line will be Reese Bertelson. Her free throw is on the way and rolls home and good. So the Red Storm take a 4-0 lead. Second one on the way, no good. Rebound, Addie Despain down with it, and she'll take it up the court very quickly, trying to get a pick from Powell, but couldn't. To Grace Vanonic, she'll do it down, bounce it. I think she was going in for Arnold, couldn't get her. Sperry with it, has Robinson ahead. Bounces back for Kane. Kicks it up top, and now they'll work it back over to Sperry. She'll pop the three. It is good. And the Red Storm take a 7-0 lead. Grant Bland will talk it over, so will we. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Events, live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street, Bushnell, and cheer our area teams on to victory. Yetter Farm Equipment, with facilities in Colchester, Macomb, Illinois, is an agriculture equipment manufacturer that has been in business since 1930 and is currently hiring. Start a new career with excellent benefits and starting hourly wages of $18 to $24 per hour. For more information, call 309-776-4111 or visit them online at www.yetterco.com/careers. Your farm is your legacy. As a leading farm insurer, Country Financial is here to help protect it. Call Brett Powell, your local Country rep, at 309-652-3889 for a free quote today. And you can bet Coach Grant Bland is talking about a little patience, John, for the Cyclones on offense and covering shooters on defense.
Yeah, it seems to be a pretty common theme for the Cyclones, just working to slow the ball down, because obviously we've seen this team likes to play fast, and if you're putting up quick shots, you're playing right into their hand.
Despain will bring it in. They set kind of a cross pick, and Sperry nearly picked it away from Grace Fenwick. Throws it past Addie Despain and out of bounds. And that'll give it right back over to United. Kane will bring it inbounds. Bounce it to Robinson, back to Kane. She'll shoot 15-footer, won't go. Rebound pulled out. Sperry thought about the three, fakes, goes around Powell, tried to bounce it in the lane, and the Cyclones have it. 7-0 lead for United. Grace Vanonik up quickly with it to Powell. Powell dribbles the lane, goes up with it. Shot is good off glass. Puts the runner in, gets the Cyclones on the board at 7-2. And back with it will come Cyclones, near steal by Addie Despain. Nice job on her jumping that, John.
Yeah, she's come away with a couple interceptions here, as I will use the football term, even though it's a basketball game. But still, she's been able to play the passing lanes quite well, come away with a couple steers, and almost had another one right there.
And we're going to have the mask timeout. We'll stop for just a moment. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDA.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and that care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
And we are back here. Coach Grant Bland, I'm sure not very happy. They just had a timeout, came out, threw the ball away on the inbounds, and those are just things down 7-2. John, you can't do. You got to take care of the basketball.
Yeah, absolutely. It's never good to give up the ball to the other team, especially coming out of a timeout. Definitely had some sort of set play. At least Grant in his head thought that they had some sort of set play, someone not doing their job, and it resulted in a turnover. So we'll see if West Prairie can take care of the basketball a little bit better here.
Penn will bring it into Sperry in the 2-3 zone put on here by the Cyclones. Wings it out there for Bertelson. She'll bring it back to Sperry. Over to Robinson. And bouncing in the lane now. Shot on the way, no good. Rebound pulled down by Addie Despain. She'll dribble it out of there and work it on up to Vanonik. Drives down the lane, lobs it into Arnold. Arnold puts it up, and that's one for Mr. Castleberry. Fires it out on the lane to Lucy Kane. Kane bouncing, and Penn dribbles down. Sperry wide open, three on the way, no good. Rebound to Spain, down with it. Has it batted away and stolen. Now lob it in the lane to Robinson. She'll put it up and put it in. Ellie Robinson makes it 9-2. Inbounds to Bell. Bell dribbling at half court, double team. She picked up her dribble, needs help, and now tied up. And that's one of the things players often forget about, that you got to remember, John. You can't get into corners and pick up your dribble. You got to keep that dribble going. I know with my young ladies, I was saying I harped and harped on, you got to keep that dribble unless you're sure you've got a pass. Benonic with it, wheels around out top, back to Powell. Powell dribble, kicks it back to Benonic. They'll work the far side back, and we've got a 3-second violation. One of the two posts for the Cyclones, 9-2 lead here for the United Red Storm. 2:29 left to go in the first quarter of play. Aiden Penn bringing it up. Wings it to the outside to Butler. Butler holds, kind of looking over the situation. Over to Penn. Penn down in the corner, and now dribbling. They'll bounce it out. Butler puts it on the way. The dreaded long two is no good. Rebound tipped, and securing it for the Red Storm is Penn. Over to Butler, working for Kane now. Kane bounces. And giving a look as Aiden Penn works it all the way around in the corner. 3 on the way, no good. And the rebound, though, in the hands of Aiden Penn. Out to Butler. She says, I'll shoot that, and hits it. Knocks home the 3, 12-2. And the inbound's tipped away as Bertelsen right on top of him. And Despain going to throw that one. Powell on the run, drives lane, puts up shot, won't get it to go. And the rebound snapped up by Butler. Butler leading the charge up the far side of the court. Slows, stops, as Powell nearly batted away. 12-2 lead with 1.5 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. And Penn will trigger it in. It is Madison to Aiden Penn. I suppose we had all Andersons in the first game. Now we're going to have all Penns. Bertelsen with it. Out to Butler. Butler looking in the lane. It's on the floor a couple times. Turns around. Bounces out to Aiden Penn. Swings it out, and Despain nearly takes it away. It'll stay with the Red Storm with 1.9 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Lindsey Dunn will check in. Lauren Bell will check out for West Prairie. And Madison Penn will get it on the inbound. Turns on the corner. Nice job by Despain locking her up. Over to Butler on the wing. Butler, couple dribbles. Bounces out for Aiden Penn. And she'll work it up top for Kane. Very, very patient here. Madison with it. Over to Butler. Powell nearly got it. And still fighting after it. Loops it into the corner and all the way down in the lane. Shot no good there by Kane. Rebound fought for, and we've got a tie-up. It is going to be United basketball.
And man, United's done a really good job, much like we saw in the JV game, working the ball around on the outside. It looks like a 4-out, 1-in set with 2 players in the corners, 2 on the wings, and 1 player in the middle. They've been able to work it around, get a couple of threes, and when they've been able to dump it down low, it's been money for them.
Madison Penn dribbles it, throws it up to Aiden. Winging up to Bertelsen. Bertelsen back to Aiden Penn. She puts up the 3. Little hard off the backboard. Powell the rebound. And the Cyclones have 26 seconds. Addie Despain dribbling in. Puts that one up. And Grace Venonic with the rebound. She can't get it to go. Rebound tipped. Butler secures it. 15 seconds. They've got plenty of chances if they hurry. Butler up top. Bouncing right down in the lane. Shot on the way. It is good. A roller by Kane goes in and good. Now Despain will look to bring it inbounds. Bounces for Powell. Powell looping up to Dunn. And that'll be the quarter, as the Red Storm lead this one by a score of 14-2. As we step aside and thank our very fine sponsors on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
And back here at West Prairie, Grant Bland, and that's one of the things really tonight, John, they couldn't do was dig a big hole. And that's what they've done is dug this big hole here. And they're going to have to really work to get out of it. And it starts with valuing each possession one by one.
Yeah, absolutely. Just slowing the pace down, cutting down on the turnovers, looking for your shot, and hopefully, putting it in. You'd rather end the possession with a missed shot than a turnover.
And we'll see how they come out here. We'll check the lineup for you in just a moment. And so it will be Lucy Kane, also joined out there by Ellie Robinson, Aiden Penn, and now Amber Brunswig. Yes, Lauren Powell, also Lindsay Dunn, Grace Vanonik, Addie Despain out there. Despain down to Vanonik, open in the lane, puts it up, can't get it to go. And the rebound fought there, pulled down by the Red Storm. Aiden Penn with it. And she nearly lost that on, bounces it out for Sperry, up for Robinson, stolen away by Vanonik. Vanonik has Powell with her, bounces it to her. Lauren Powell up, and it didn't want to go, but it finally dropped home. 14-4 lead here as they go back, and working it up is Robinson. She'll look in at Brunswick, can't get her there. Lobbed over for Aiden Penn. To Sperry, to Robinson. She'll look to drive in. Cut off there by Dunn. Dunn nearly picked it. And now they roll it out there over for Sperry. She'll shoot three, no good. And the rebound snapped up by Lauren Powell. Powell over to Vanonik on the near side. Gives to Powell. Out to Vanonik. She'll toe up the three. Good! And that's exactly how you come back in this game, John. You value every possession is 14-7. A quick 5-0 burst by the Cyclones. As Aiden Penn holds it over to Sperry. Sperry watching Kane on the baseline swing through to Robinson. Robinson harassed by Arnold, now puts it up and rolls it in. Robinson able to drop it in. It is 16-7 lead, inbounds to Powell. And Powell will work it up here, gets picked from Vanonik. Lob it back to her. And now they'll set. Powell, pick from Vanonik, holds it overhead, tried to come back to Vanonik. Nearly picked, she got it back. Back over to Lauren Powell. Gets a screen out top. So looking for something here. Not much action going on the offense, and that one picked away by Kane, and we have a jump ball. Possession arrow goes over to the Red Storm.
Yeah, and to your point, not a lot of movement there on that Cyclones possession, as that possession mostly just consisted of Lauren Powell dribbling up top, nobody really moving. And if you're West Prairie, you got it. You have to be in motion here trying to get open.
Aiden Penn with it over to Sperry, up to Penn, back up top. Holds and waits, comes back over. They bring it all the way in the corner to Kane. Kane with a fake, working on to Spain. Out to Sperry. She'll loop it in the corner to Kane. Out to Aiden Penn, over to Sperry. And you notice how long they work it here. It's probably 30 seconds at a time. Very, very patient. Kind of impressed with that. Off to Robinson. Robinson down in the corner. Kane fakes and travel called. And now we exchange pins. Every now and then you have to switch pins. Madison Penn switching for Aiden Penn. And the inbounds coming into Vanonik. Vanonik loops it for Powell, takes it away from Bertelson, drives it, kick it to Vanonik. She'll shoot it and stick it. 16-9, the Cyclones again trying to chip into this lead. Lead is 7 now. Sperry to Madison Penn, back to Sperry, looking for Bertelson. No, wanted Brunswick maybe, nope. A couple of dribbles up. Sperry open for the three, top of the key. No good. Rebound. Brunswick with it. Had it knocked away. Pulled out of there by Bertelson. And they'll swing it back to Madison Penn. Swinging, and Grace Vanonik able to pick that one off. She has a 3-on-2. Arnold and Powell drives in the lane. Loops up the shot off the backboard. No good. Brunswick has it out of there. Off to Kane. Nice pass up to Bertelson, who drives in. Shoot shot, and Addie Despain able to pick it. Saved in bounds by Kane, but it'll roll out of bounds. and come over to the Cyclones. Elena Penn will come in. So like I said, I suppose we had Anderson's last game. Now we're going to have a pen collection in this game. Every teacher always needs red pens. As out top, Eddie Despain puts up the 3 rebound, batted around, pulled out of there, and a treble by Elena Penn.
This is a big possession for West Prairie here as they have a chance to cut the lead down to just 5. We'll see if they can do just that.
Inbounds to Venonic, over to Powell. They wanted Despain in the corner, but found Venonic underneath. Nice pass and bucket for the Cyclones, and the lead is indeed down to 5. Bringing it up now is Madison Penn. She'll bring it out top to Sperry. Over to Kane. Kane toes the 3 a little bit hard. Addie Despain the rebound. And she'll lead the charge up the near side of the court, give it over to Venonic, and they can charge it, cut it down to 3. Despain with it, shoots shot, and gets it to go. The chuck and duck gives it cuts the lead down to 3, 16-13. United in lead, 3:40 left to go in this first half. We'll take a timeout on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Good Hope Gardens, located at 445 East Main Street, Good Hope, just east of the North Elementary School. Open April through October, Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. for all your fresh produce needs. Be sure to follow their Facebook page for daily updates. Grover and Mary Jo DeCounter and family invite you to Good Hope Gardens. Come see where it's grown. This West Prairie game stream made possible by McDonough Telephone's fiber internet. McDonough Telephone offers lightning fast and reliable fiber internet, video, phone, and camera systems to the McDonough County area. Call 309-776-3211 to check your availability. Just some of our very fine sponsors here. And John, they've gotten back in the game doing just kind of exactly what we said, value in the basketball and making each possession count.
Yeah, absolutely. West Prairie only down by 3 here, and they've done a much better job getting into their sets, working the ball around, and getting good shots because of it. And one thing I want to say about this United team is, for as patient as they've been, they're also not scared to shoot the 3 ball. We've seen a lot of threes put up here, and it seems like just about everybody on this team is willing to shoot the ball.
Exactly. Now, if you'd like to be a part of the TSSR Game Time Live events, it's very easy to do so. You can contact me, Greg Phelps. I'll put you in touch with the main man, Mr. Dwayne Hewlett, and he'll get you hooked up with advertising on here. We would love to add some more of our very fine area businesses to our game stream, so just look either at Dwayne. You can also send a message to Hewlett Publi Pro or the TSSR Game Time Live crew. We would love to add you to our broadcast. Elena Penn will bring it in to Madison Penn. And out over to Kane. Kane wanted Bertelson. Now bounces up to Sperry. Sperry down the far sideline. Cut off by Powell. Bounces up for Elena Penn. She'll hold. Look to dribble. Kick back out in the corner. Nice job covering up. Swinging it over to Kane. Kane in the lane with it. Powell trying to reach it in there. Shoots shot on the way. No good, but a foul. That foul is going to be whistled on Jersey Brown into the ball game for the Cyclones. As up at the free throw line, Lucy Kane shooting 2. First one is good. Makes it 17-13. So breaking a West Prairie scoring run. Second one on the way, rattles home and good. Inbounds from Venonic, comes to Dunn. Dunn back over to Venonic. And they'll whip it over to Powell. Powell working on Bertelson. Looking to get a screen from Venonic. Nearly had it picked. Now trying to decide where to go with it. Comes over to Brown. Brown nearly lost it. Got it back, tipped it to Powell. Lauren Powell lobbing over to Venonic. Grace Venonic dribbling, bouncing for Arnold. She has it taken away by Sperry, and here comes Sperry on the run. Cross half court. Looks quickly over to Lena Penn. She'll fake, dribble down the lane, and has it taken away by Arnold. Off to Venonic. Come back here, looking to clear Powell out on the wing, looking for her to come out top. Found her as Bertelson jumped right at her. Now Powell nearly lost it, flips it to Venonic. She'll look to drive lane, bounce to Dunn. Try to get it to Powell. Pass tipped away and stolen by Sperry. She has Bertelson if she wanted to push it. Now does. Back to Sperry. Working it out top to Penn. Now out for pin to pin. And blocked. Recovered. Sperry pops the three. No good. Rebound. Brown with it off to Powell. Powell going to push the action. Dribbles up. Shoot. Shot. Won't go. But a good shot nonetheless. Madison Penn with it. And back come the Red Storm. 18-13 they lead. Minute 48 left to go in the second quarter. Bertelson holds. Bounces out. Now waits. Bring it up for Madison Penn. Over to Kane. Kane fakes three. Gives the look at Bertelson. And now we'll back it on out there with a minute and a half left in the first half. To Elena Penn, the freshman. Couple of bounces over to Sperry. They're watching action. Kane cutting around on the lane, kind of just a wheel. You'd think they were stalling if you didn't know better. Elena Penn shoots shot, no good. The rebound, Brown down with it, off to Vanonic. And here will come the Cyclones, up to Powell. Powell, quick three, no good. Rebound to the corner, will go out of bounds. Addie Despain and Lauren Bell will come in. Jersey Brown and Allie Arnold go out. Elena Penn will come out, and coming in Katie Flynn for United. 18-13 here, low scoring affair as Kane dribbles it up. Looks to attack that zone down the far side. Out top for Sperry. Sperry gave the three a thought. Madison Penn dribble in the lane, kick out for Kane. Kane sets her feet. Three on the way is short. Lauren Bell the rebound. Off to Grace Vanonic, 40 seconds left. Lobs a dangerous pass up, and it is picked away. They kick it over for Kane. She'll shoot shot, won't go. Rebound, Kane down with it. She'll be fouled as she goes to pick it up. Kane will be at the free throw line. It's going to be on Addie Despain, fourth on the Cyclones team. Kane at the free throw line. Free throw is up and good. Extends the lead back out to 6 at 19-13. And now ready's the next one. On the way, missed it. Rebound, Lauren Bell and Bertelson fighting hard. They tip it back in, and it's pulled down now by West Prairie. Over in the corner, Eddie Despain with it, puts up 17-footer, no good. Rebound snapped up there by Madison Penn. And back they'll come. Bertelson holds, waits for Penn to come across half court. Down for Kane. Kane thought about three. Eddie Despain was watching her. We'll bounce it out there as they'll be patient here with 6 seconds left. Kane with it. Down in the corner. Penn with a three. No good. Rebound fought for. Pulled down by Sperry, and she'll be tied up at the end of the first half of play. 19-13. The lead for the United Red Storm over West Prairie right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and they care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
Like a huge weight lifted.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit, and all the providers and staff are putting the patient first.
And did want to go, as I promised, was going to go through the schedule and talk about what's going on for the week ahead for the teams here. And for the Cyclone girls for the rest of the week, got a Thursday date with Brown County at Mount Sterling, and then on the 9th of December, so a whole week into the West Central at Biggsville, then the Knoxville tournament versus Elmwood, 2 games on December 11th before they're back here at home December 13th at Macomb. Boys basketball, let's talk about that. They've got Elmwood at home coming up tomorrow. South Fulton at Astoria on December 3rd, December 7th. Lewiston at home, and the 10th, North Fulton at Cuba. In the United tournament, they'll play too as well, as they play Bushnell Prairie City at noon, and at 3 o'clock they will play Midwest Central. And I guess the thing is, that's an offshoot, John, of getting in a lot of tournaments. They expanded that several years ago, way back in the 80s. In my day, you could only do 2 tournaments. Now you can do 3, but the problem is then you sacrifice home games.
Right, and I mean, it's always nice to get out to get to tournaments, play a couple of games in one day or span it out a couple more days. Always nice to be able to get the kids to play, and, you know, I'm not complaining.
And so for the junior high boys coming up this week, they will have United coming to West Prairie. That one will be played at the South Elementary tomorrow night starting at 5:30. On Wednesday, December 1st, North Fulton here at Scioto. And then on Thursday, December 2nd, they will be at Hamilton. That one will start at 5. Then they jump into tournament play coming up next week, as on Monday, December 6th, ICS at the Sand Valley Conference tournament, and that'll be going on all throughout next week as well. Just always like to give you kind of the schedule ahead of what's going on for games for our Cyclone teams throughout the course of the weeks or so. Always something we like to do, learned that way back in my WCAZ days, and always like to provide a little information to the folks at home. For all your local news, subscribe to the Community News Brief Weekly Edition, mailed directly to your home every Friday. As an option, you can also receive Monday and Wednesday editions by email. All of this for only $42 per year or $38 per year if you're age 65 or older. Single copies can be purchased at select locations in Bushnell, Colchester, and Blandonsville. McDonough District Hospital athletic trainers in the MDH Rehabilitation Center, locations in Bushnell and Macomb, provide expert help to Cyclone student athletes in prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring. Again, very easy to be part of our broadcast. We'd love to have you be a part of all our broadcasts here on TSSR Game Time Live. You can either get a hold of Dwayne Hewlett or myself, Greg Phelps. I'm sure you could also talk to one Mr. John Burton, and he would point you in Mr. Hewlett's direction as well. So we'd love to do that for you here. We're going to step aside for just a moment, and we'll be ready for the second half in just a little bit. You are listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and that care.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and that care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
Like a huge weight lifted.
And we are back here at the half, 19-13. Been a pretty good game so far, pretty quick all the way along as we work here. And I said John and I working together this season. Like I said, you'll hear us again on December 13th as we'll be back in your ears. And again, not a lot of home games, but you'll see some various ones coming throughout the week as we work along here. And John, what do you think Coach Bland's telling the girls at the half?
I would say just repeat what they did in that second quarter. They came out very slow in the first quarter, turned the basketball over, making simple mistakes, and it led to United jumping out to a 12-point lead at one point, I believe. They were able to battle back in the second quarter, cut it down to just 6, and I would just expect them to just keep up what they did in that second quarter. They were able to get into their sets, get good shots up, and really they did a nice job in that second quarter closing out on all of these shooters here in United.
And sorry, I'm going to have to say it, the pens have been scribbling all over here in this half. Just as we had the plethora of Andersons in the first game. Funny that you would have that kind of gathering of names. And I know as broadcasters we like to do silly things like that, but all done in a fun and no disparaging of names. And plus, it's also fun for us to do a little alliterative wordplay as we go along here. And really, I've got to be impressed with United here. They have done a phenomenal job working, putting up the open threes, but a lot of it is within the offense, and that's what's been impressive, John.
Yeah, they've done an excellent job. I mean, excellent job working the ball around, getting the Cyclone zone moving, and that's one of the downfalls of running the zone is shooters can be left wide open if unintended, and they were able to capitalize, hit a couple threes there in the first half, and I would fully expect them to stick within their offense as it's been seemingly working for them pretty well all night.
Sorry about that. Oh, the stories I wish I could tell sometimes on the air, but I probably would not be allowed into the high school again if I did so. Sometimes we do this thing just to amuse ourselves, but anyway, we'll see who the starters are for the second half of play. Really, Cyclones fighting their way back in, and really, John, you know, what they've got to do is not dig themselves a hole like they did in the first half if they can do that, because after that initial 7-0 burst, you figure it was a 13-12 Cyclone first half.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I mean, the Cyclones did a good job bouncing back, didn't get down on themselves too bad, and they were able to fight their way back into this game. So I fully expect them to come out here, play with little energy, and maybe look to start cutting into this lead that United has.
And on the floor for the Cyclones, Allie Arnold, Addie Despain, Lauren Bell, Grace Vanonik, and Lauren Powell. And it'll be Kerrigan Sperry, Lucy Kane, also joined out there by Madison Penn, Reese Bertelson, and Lainey Butler to get things started here. Addie Despain will trigger it in to Powell, and we'll get started here. The Cyclones with a chance to tick a little more off this lead right off the bat, and hands it off to Grace Vanonik. Cross court for Allie Arnold. Down for Addie Despain. Looks to bounce in the lane. Nice cut by Vanonik, but they just couldn't get it to her. Butler did a nice job jumping it. Now they'll bring it the other way. Butler accelerating right through the defense, puts it up and missed it. Rebound pulled down there by Lauren Bell. Grace Vanonik will go back the other way. And again, the Cyclones with a chance here. Powell out top, matched up with Penn. Actually, that is Kane that's got her. When everybody wears their hair that way and they have a single-digit number, it's hard to tell sometimes. Vanonik with it, swings it in the corner to Despain. She'll put the three on the way, little outside. And the rebound pulled down by Sperry. Off to Penn. Penn gives a look. Had an open lane, decided not to take it, and they'll set in to work. The 7-minute mark of this third quarter play. Bertelson up top, threw it away. Arnold to Powell. She's going to challenge. Butler races past her, puts it up and in. And the Cyclones on the board first in this second half. 19-15, as close as they've been for quite a while. As United works it, Bertelson out top. Couple of dribbles, bounces over for Sperry. Sperry Holding, waiting. Out top for Kane. And Kane will put it on the floor, bounce it around, 2-3 zone again, put on here by the Cyclones. United's been pretty consistent man-on-man. Catch by Penn over to Sperry. She'll toe 3, gets it.
And man, that offensive set, they are just meticulous about getting that ball around, and it's resulted in a lot of shooters finding their way open. As we see a nice pass from Lauren Powell inside to Allie Arnold, but a little bit mishandled, and United will take control of it.
Butler out with it. Over to Sperry. Bouncing down for Bertelsen. Bertelsen for Sperry. She'll toe up another 3, miss it. And Vanonic down with the rebound. She'll fire it up to Powell. Powell puts up the 15-footer. It is no good. And the rebound there, Powell fighting for it, ties her up. As they'll bring it in, it is Penn into Sperry. And Sperry will walk it up, 22-15. Lead for United, 5:45 left to go in this third quarter. Vanonic nearly picks it away from Bertelsen, who gathers it back. We'll reset them. Over to Butler, to Sperry. And John, you mentioned it, their patient just kind of wears the Cyclones down. Kane, back in the corner to Sperry. Over for Kane, bouncing in the lane, and Sperry fouled from either Vanonic or Bell, I'm not sure which.
Yeah, I mean, United is okay with passing the ball around for 3 minutes. They just want to get a good look at the basket. If it's a contested shot, they are not taking it. They are looking to pass it and find somebody else that's open.
And folks, if you're wondering at home what they're kind of running against this zone, they're running what you call an overload. Inbounds to Bertelsen, she'll miss. Bell snaps up the rebound and fires it up the court. She was expecting Vanonic to take off and did not. 22-15, 5:15 left to go here. And really, you got to hold the line here, John, because you don't want to get down by 9 or 10 again. Kane fakes up to Penn. Now for Bertelsen. Bertelsen looks, bounces for Robinson, who had to jump high to get it. Over to Kane, to Sperry. Sperry working, cross courts it now to Robinson. Robinson working, now they kind of set it up. Robinson dribbles in as it knocked off her foot and out of bounds. Big defensive stop there for the Cyclones.
Yeah, because a score there could put this game in territory of getting out of hand of the Cyclones, but they were coming with a stop. We'll see Grace Vanonic with the pull-up mid-range.
No good. Rebound tipped out by Eddie Despain to Lauren Powell. Powell dribbling back. Giving a look, coming down, watching, wanting Eddie Despain out top. Despain with it, over to Vanonic. Tried to throw it in the lane for Arnold, able to gather it. Back out to Vanonic, over to Powell. Lauren Powell looking to drive lane, kick to Despain. She'll put up the 3, it is no good. And the rebound pulled down by Sperry. 4:15 left to go in this third quarter, out to Bertelsen. Bertelsen dribbling down. Over to Sperry, Sperry out top for Penn, over to Bertelsen. They work that as they cut through there, kind of cross-cutting. Sperry up to Robinson, in the lane to Kane. Kane fouled the Shimano there. And that's going to be on Bell. And that'll put Kane up to the free throw line. 22-15, trying to bump it back out to a 9-point advantage for United. Free throw is good. Bounced off the front of the rim. Got a little friendly rim. And now Madison Penn goes out as Aiden Penn will come in. Second one by Kane is good. So expands it back out to a 9-point advantage. Cyclones into Powell. Up to Arnold. Arnold dribbling down the lane, wings it out as her pass is stolen away. And with it is Kane. Kane dribbling on Vanonic, shoots and is fouled. And so Grace Vanonic will pick up the personal foul. That's going to put Lucy Kane back up to the free throw line as they try to bring it back up to double digits. And we're going to have a mask timeout. We'll step aside as well. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, This is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get...
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and that care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
Like a huge weight lifted.
Back here as Coach Lisa Gardelow of the United Red Storm. And again, I got to be impressed with how well they are working the ball. You know, they spend 30 seconds. We've got 3:42 left to go in the third. And a lot of this game has been watching them work back and forth, John.
Yeah, and they've just really slowed the pace down here. They are okay with taking their time on their possessions, which is usually a good thing. They work the ball around, look for their shot, and they've been making a lot of shots here, a lot of three-pointers. And that's just the result of the offense that they're running.
And Kane will step in at the free throw line. As she waits to put it up and on the way. Free throw on the way is good. And Kane's made several in a row as they bump it back out to double digits. Second one on the way, good as well. I believe that's 4 or 5 in a row she's made. So 26-15, Cyclones try to bring it up. Powell throws it over the head of Vanonic, and back will come United. Addie Despain with a steal. She'll drive lane, go up with it. Shot is good and in. Boy, that is a big, big bucket, John, for the Cyclones.
Yeah, absolutely. Addie Despain read that pass all the way, and she took it coast to coast to get the easy two, and they'll cut the lead. I think Cyclones coach is looking for some sort of charge call there. As it looks like he got a little chicken wing.
And the ball off of Kane and out of bounds. Addie Despain will trigger it in as they put on pressure into Powell. Powell back to Despain. Powell. Lauren Powell breaks half court, fires it over to Grace Vanonic. Three is up and on the way. It is going to be short rebound. Despain had it, has it taken away by Kane. And they'll come out of there with it. Kane going to bring it up, and Kane has been tough. Not that big, but been almost kind of a de facto post player. As Sperry works, bounces to Robinson and nearly lost it. Holds over to Kane with 2:40 and counting here in the third quarter. 26-17. Bertelson waits, looks, and Aiden Penn bouncing out. That one tapped. Kane had to tap it to herself and then traveled. So it'll bring it over to the Cyclones. Butler will check back in along with Madison Penn. Sperry and Robinson go out. Into Lauren Powell. Powell working on Aiden Penn. It's picked from Vanonic, fires it back and nearly threw it away. Lauren Bell able to scoop it up. Dribbles over to Vanonic in the corner, has her pass tapped out of bounds by Bertelson. And I know the Cyclones, John, are trying to catch them unaware, but they got to make sure that's there.
Pass. Yeah, turnover in this point of the game could be rough as they are looking to just crawl their way back into it.
Powell with it, out to Bell. She'll put up shot, no good, and the rebound. Arnold fighting with Bertelson on it. And is going to be a jump ball possession to the Cyclones. Addie Despain brings it in. 2 minutes left to go here, third quarter. To Arnold, she'll put up the shot, won't get it to go, tips the ball out. And it's actually going to stay with West Prairie.
It's a good inbounds play, just not able to convert, but at least they're going to get the ball back. Maybe. We're having some discussion here from the ref.
And I think it is going to go to United. It is United ball, and that's the right call. And you don't mind them doing that if it's good, if it is the right call. And And now Kane will bring it up here for United. 26-17. Works it over to Butler. Butler holds. She'll just pop the three, miss it. Bell the rebound over to Despain, out to Vanonic. Cyclones look to push a little bit to Bell. Bell puts up shot, won't get it to go, and the rebound, Allie Arnold trying to tap it around. Pulls it out of there, working with it is Kane, guarded by Lauren Powell. Down the far side, Arnold jumped at her as well. And over to Butler. Butler pass taken away, and then Kane will commit a foul as Powell had taken it away. Katie Flynn will check in for Aiden Penn. And the Cyclones bring up 26-17, minute 21 left. Cyclones need, and we're going to have a timeout called by Grant Bland. John, Cyclones got to make some kind of a dent in this lead. You would like to have it 5 or less at the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, if you can cut this lead down to 5 here with a minute 21 left, that's going to put you in a good spot to be competitive in the fourth quarter. You'd like to see them again get back into their sets, get the ball into the hands of their big players, and look for them to make a play here.
Well, of course, everybody's going to say, "Oh, it's got to be." No, it does not have to be a three-pointer. Just a good, solid 2-point basket is really all you need.
Yeah, just anything you can get, whatever the defense gives you, you need to take everything you can right now, because it's starting to get that time where if a team pulls out to a big lead, the game could be over just like that.
Exactly so. And now the Cyclones will bring it inbounds. Addie Despain, pressure put on by United. And to Powell. And Lauren Powell trying to break Kane down off the dribble and has it batted out of bounds. It's Kane doing a good job moving her feet there. Inbounds comes to Grace Vanonic. She'll look to accelerate and move it past Katie Flynn. Down for Despain. Despain dribbling in the lane, puts up shot. And that's another thing you can do, John, get to that free throw line.
Absolutely. You got to look to be aggressive here, attack the rim, look to draw fouls, and score while the clock is not running.
Despain. First one's on the way. It is no good. A little hard off the back heel of the rim. Second one's good. So cuts it to 26-18, and they'll loop it quickly up the floor to Flynn. She'll put it on the floor a little bit, bring it out for Butler, and they may work it down for one here. 55 seconds left in this third quarter. Kane caught a high pass, bounces to Bertelson on the near side, working a little bit of an overload. Now swing it to Flynn, over to Butler. Butler backing it out. And they'll be very patient here. Over to Bertelson, gives a look in the lane to Kane. Kane puts it up, misses it, and the rebound, Grace Vanonic. 30 seconds left to go. Big possession for the Cyclones. Vanonic over to Despain. She'll put up a three. It's good. Addie Despain drops home the three and cuts it to 26-21.
Big shot there from Addie Despain, the senior, looking to put her team in a good position. We'll see another three here. No good.
Kane the rebound, and Bell able to tie her up.
And West Prairie will have 3.9 seconds to look for some sort of shot here, maybe at the end of the third quarter.
And now they'll inbounds. They look, bounce it into Vanonic. Vanonic's going to have to catch, and he no good. Hit off the front of the rim. A nice attempt at it, couldn't get it to go, and at the end of 3 quarters of play, it is 26-21 in favor of the United Red Storm right here on TSSR. Game Time Live presented by MDH. Good Hope Gardens, located at 445 East Main Street. Good Hope, just east of the North Elementary School. Open April through October, Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. for all your fresh produce needs. Be sure to follow their Facebook page for daily updates. Grover and Mary Jo DeCounter and family invite you to Good Hope Gardens. Come see where it's grown. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Line presented by MDH Events live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street, Bushnell, and cheer our area teams on to victory. Your farm is your legacy. As a leading farm insurer, Country Financial is here to help protect it. Call Brett Powell, your local country rep, at 309-652-3889. Well, a big fourth quarter coming up here, John. And it is just basically, what we said. The Cyclones have got to take care of the ball, got to get work themselves back into things a little bit. And try to see what they can come up with here, as it is crunch time.
Yeah, the Cyclones, they've been fighting from behind all game. They finally are starting to knock on the door here late. We'll see if they can get the job done.
And so they'll bring it up. It is 26-21. Lindsey Dunn on the floor now for West Prairie. They'll and bring it inbounds is Sperry. Sperry going to work it over to the outside to Penn. Penn to Bertelson. Bertelson works. Comes back with it. And now works it back over as they'll go around, bringing it down to Sperry in the corner. Working around for her. And back tipped away. Lindsey Dunn going to pull it out of there and bring it on the way. Hope it comes for Lauren Powell. Powell works it back the other way and works it out to Despain. Addie Despain in the lane with it, puts it up. Can't get it to go, but a foul called. And a big possession for the Cyclones here, John.
Yeah, and if Addie Despain can knock down both of these free throws, it'll be a one-possession game.
And free throw is good by Despain. Second one on the way and good as well. Money on both of them. And she's able to put it in here.
And if you're the Cyclones, you got to press up on defense. Try to get these girls to play a little bit quicker. They've been wanting to slow it down all game, but you have got to start getting up in the face of them and forcing turnovers. As we see a wild pass there is able to be corralled by United.
Penn out top with it over to Sperry. Drives toward the lane and falls down. Travels with it. She went to go in the lane, turns it over. 26-23. 6:53 left to go in the game.
And that's exactly what we're talking about. You got to get up, play physical defense, and hope that they make mistakes here down the stretch.
And the biggest thing is be patient. There's not a 4-point shot, so you need to be patient. Grace Vanonic dribbling to the near sideline. Stops, pulls it up, comes to Powell. Powell behind her back a little bit as Flynn jumps at her. They tried to double her with Kane. To Vanonic. Vanonic out top over to Powell. She'll put up a three, won't go. Rebound, Lindsey Dunn with it. Out to Vanonic. She fakes a three, drives in. Floater on the way. It won't go. And the rebound, Sperry down with 3 Cyclones swarmer. And a jump ball, possession arrow, goes to United. And a few of the fans were upset with the fouls. Hate to tell them, team fouls are 3-3. And it is Cyclone basketball.
Cyclone ball, yeah.
They had confusion on the inbounds. Addie Despain will trigger it in. And Grant Bland will take a timeout. He wants to talk things over. 26-23. 6:24 left to go here in this ball game. And John, I think, trying to make sure he gets at least a 2. Really, out of this trip, you need to get a 2. And that puts the pressure a little bit on United because they've got to get something back.
Yeah, and if you're West Prairie, like you said, you got to be working for a good shot. You don't want to. This team has certainly fallen victim to the I don't know how to explain it, but the unwarranted three-pointer seems to be a downfall. The quick shot, you need to work the ball around here. Take time off the clock. Look for your shot.
Well, and that's, you gotta look for, you don't want to throw anything up too quick. You want to make sure that you don't, like I said, get some at the rim, get a foul, shoot some free throws. Got to get something positive out of this trip. Eddie Despain with the inbounds and traveled with it.
Good defensive play by Madison Penn there, able to tie her up.
And it'll be Kerrigan Sperry bringing it up here for United. Fakes, comes over to Madison Penn, down to Bertelson in the near corner. And they can be impatient as they want. Sperry, fakes, out to Flynn. Flynn back to Sperry, she'll drive baseline. Turns, come out there to Penn. Over to Flynn. Allie Arnold raking at it to Bertelson. Bertelson back to Sperry. And Sperry in the corner to Penn. Penn 16-footer is good.
Nice shot there, big shot there. And West Prairie's going to look to quickly get up the floor to Lauren Powell. Stop and pop 3, no good.
And a fight for it on the floor. It is tied up. It will be United ball. Inbounds comes to Sperry. 28-23 lead here for United. Penn holds over to Sperry. Over to Bertelson. To Sperry.
And United is just going to continue to be pacing with the ball here, looking to run some time off the clock.
Bertelson driving the lane, and a foul whistled on Addie Despain. She got through there. Bertelson doing a nice job finding daylight. And we'll see if the Red Storm can push it back out to 7. Free throw is good. And got to give them a lot of credit. They have shot free throws well, John.
Yeah, absolutely.
Second one, good as well. Got a little bounce and drove home. 30-23 inbounds, thrown away. Bertelson with it. Over to Kane. Kane in the lane, blocked by Addie Despain. Flynn with it. And she says, I'm going to work some clock. Works it over to Sperry. And they backed off her. She puts up the 3, no good. Despain down with it. Addie Despain will bring it up here over to Grace Vanonik. 4:50, clock rolling here. 30-23, United lead. Vanonik to Powell. And Powell fouled from behind as she had it tipped away. That is the 4th team foul on United. Bringing it in will be Addie Despain. Looks to trigger, over to Vanonik. Vanonik with a dribble, puts it up, missed the layup, and the rebound. Bertelson out of there with it. Bertelson comes out of there, fires it out to Penn. Penn down for Flynn. She'll shoot shot, no good. Air ball, rebound Kane though. Puts it up, and she's fouled by Addie Despain. And foul will be on Despain. 2 shots. And everybody's mad about the swing, but it may have been the hand on the hip too. Kane at the free throw line. Free throw is no good. So 4.5 left to go here in the 4th quarter. 30-23. Second one on the way. And it's good. They're in lead out to 8, 31-23. 5-0 burst by United. Vanonik looking to dribble on Kane. Comes up the near side, kicks it out for Arnold. She'll put up shot. Allie Arnold misses it. And the rebound, Flynn down with it. Flynn looking to get it out of there. Just stops and waits here with 4:15 left to go in the ball game. Lead out to 8. Again, it has been a 5-0 burst by United. To Flynn in the corner, over to Sperry, swings to Bertelson. Back to Sperry, and they can afford John to work all the time they want.
Yeah, and they're absolutely going to do that. They've been doing it all game. There's no reason to change it here.
Back to Sperry, over to Penn. Penn in the lane for Kane. Kane goes, put it up, and she'll be fouled as Lindsey Dunn commits the personal. And that'll be the 6th on the Cyclone team. Lucy Kane, who's been making a living at the free throw line.
Yeah, and that's 3 straight trips down the court that United's been able to get to the line. And as we mentioned, a very good free throw shooting team is the first one up. Is, I guess you would call that the broadcaster's curse, but
it is.
Either way, they've been really able to stretch out this lead coming right here at the charity stripe.
And trying to make it a 6-0 run. Deck at 1, gets a little bit of roll, drops in. And we've got the masked timeout, 32-23, 9-point lead for United with 3:49 left to go here in this ball game. You're listening to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and that care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
And back here, 32-23, West Prairie has got, they have got to get something going here. Got to get themselves a stop, first of all, and got to be patient and get past, not just come down, throw up the first thing they can find. They've got to have some patience and get a bucket.
Yeah, and to your point, I mean, one Greg Duncan, that's something he always preaches, stop in a bucket, and that's exactly what West Prairie needs right now. They need to find a way to get the ball in their hands, come down, work the offense, and look for a good shot.
3:49 left here. One next foul puts West Prairie in the 1 and bonus. So a 9-point lead. And again, it has been a 6-0 run by United. So they try to get back in here. The Cyclones trying for their 3rd win of the season. And they still have on the floor Lauren Powell, Lindsey Dunn, Grace Fanatic, Allie Arnold, and Addie Despain. We'll see, it is Flynn, Sperry, Penn, Kane, and Bertelson on the floor for United. And United going to pull back the pressure, and wisely so, just going to pick them up at half court. You don't want any fast breaks to break out. Might as well come back and defend. Despain with it. She'll work it out top, give it to Powell. Looking for something coming over to Vanonik. Fakes 3 over to Despain, and Flynn right on her. Dribbling out top. Waits hold, come over to Powell. Lauren Powell down the far sideline. Throws one up off glass, no good. Rebound tipped, fought for, or pile on the floor for it. And jump ball, possession error should be to West Prairie, and is.
And Lauren Powell was able to get a pretty good look there at the rim, just wasn't able to convert it, but I fully expect her to keep attacking.
Addie Despain triggers in, wanted Grace Fanatic, couldn't find anybody, finds Allie Arnold. Arnold puts it up, can't get it to go. Rebound pulled down by Flynn, and we've got a foul called.
Jump ball, actually, it looks
nope.
like.
It is a foul. That's going to be whistled on Allie Arnold. And that'll put Kate Flynn up to the free throw line.
West Prairie hoping for a pair of misses here.
And free throw is no good. A rebound, Addie Despain. Cyclones catch a little bit of a break there. Benonic across half court. Passes to Despain. Despain back to Benonic. She'll drive lane, put up shot, and gets it to go. Grace Fanatic able to put that one in, ends a 6-0 run. Cuts the lead to 7.
West Prairie looking to extend the pressure up and into the backcourt.
And a timeout called by United. We'll step aside as well. 32 to 25. A 7-point lead here. And again, John, you take it, as you mentioned, Coach Greg Duncan, it's got to be one stop, bucket. One stop, bucket. And you have to think of it in that manner. You can't shoot a 7-point shot because there isn't one, or an 8-point shot. You've got to get it back where you can and value each possession.
Yeah, you just got to be able to get it done on both sides of the ball. Look for a big defensive play, get a steal, get something, force a turnover. You need to get the ball back in your hands as this game is starting to wind down because you can only score if you have the ball, Greg.
Right. Honestly, might be a time to look at it. You hate to say a hack-a-shack philosophy. It might be worth one attempt at it.
The only issue is that I think just about every player on this United team is going to be able to knock down their free throws, as they have been killing it from the line here.
Honestly, Flynn would be the one I'd go at if it were me. Sperry looks to bring it into Flynn, and she might make me look like an idiot, but because people have. But if you get to that point, Addie Despain near steal, Penn with it, in the lane to Kane. Kane going up, can't get it to go. Bell the rebound, off to Vanonic, and Grace Vanonic leads it back the other way. Another big possession for the Cyclones as Vanonic goes down to the near side, and Kane swats it out of bounds. They're trying to get that double screen and pop out up top. Looking to get it into Vanonic. She'll fake over to Powell. Lauren Powell chased out top, dribbles down, comes back the other way. Back to Vanonic, she'll dribble in, loop it on the way, miss it, but a foul called. And Grace Vanonic will step up to the free throw line with 1:53 left. Fouls on Sperry. That's just their 5th. And Grace Vanonic up for a couple important free throws. First one on the way, hit the front of the rim, no good. Second one up and on the way, and it is no good. Missed them both. Bertelsson the rebound. She'll head up the court. Minute 45 left to go here, and the lead is at 7 for United. Sperry with it, and pass bobbled. Flynn to Bertelsson to Sperry. She'll put up a 3, puts it in and good.
Huge 3 there for United as they're able to extend the lead out to 10 as West Prairie's working the ball back down the court.
As they bring it to Bell, Bell puts up the shot, and Allie Arnold taps it back out. Rebound Kane down with it. Off to Sperry with a minute 15 left. Over to Kane. And I tell you, that three-pointer is one of those no, 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 yes! So United throwing it away. Here comes Lauren Powell with it. She'll drive lane, scoop it up and good, and the Cyclones get a bucket back and make it a 35-27. 54 seconds left to go. And we'll have a timeout called. You got to set up pressure here, Grant, or for Grant, Bland, and the Cyclones. And John, honestly, like I said, this might be the time to try the hack-a-shack. You give it one shot, see if they make it, put it back to 10, then go back to it because you've got to get the ball back.
Yeah, and you have got to play some extended pressure defense, try to enforce some turnovers here. Like I said, we saw a nice layup there from Lauren Powell. They cut the lead down to just 8, but they're going to need more than that if they're going to want to come away with the win here.
And next foul is still 1 in bonus for the Cyclones. United in no danger of that. And if you're United coach Lisa Gardelow, I might you'll foul back with the Cyclones. You got one to give. If you see them on a fast break or breaking loose or something, you can always do something like that. And trust me, folks, I'm one of those. I'll use every trick in the book. And the Cyclones here. It'll be United ball.
West Prairie hoping for a quick steal here on the inbound, maybe. A couple quick points.
It'll be Madison Penn bringing it inbounds. She has everybody up. And look, had Flynn just a second. Flynn holding on to it and dribbling there. Cyclone's trying to double her. Lauren Bell working with her. As Flynn will break across half court. Look, get it over for Sperry, and she'll be fouled by Powell. So that'll put Sperry up at the free throw line with 38 seconds left.
Some more big free throws here from United. We'll see if they can knock them down.
And now Sperry up at the free throw line. First one's no good. And the rebound, Allie Arnold and Grant Bland calling a timeout. Want to talk things over, 37 seconds left. So will we. This is TSSR Game Time Live presented by MD.
Dry needling is where you insert a filiform needle into a muscle, a tendon, a ligament, sometimes a bone, and it promotes blood flow and circulation so that it heals that particular painful area.
As John and I are trying to get, basket is what you need. It doesn't have to be a three, but a basket is paramount to what you're doing here. You got to get, got to have a basket every possession now, and you got to hope that they miss. I was a little surprised United with the miss there. They'd been pretty accurate from the free throw line. And now on the inbounds, if you don't get the steal, it's got to be a foul.
Yeah.
On the when United brings it in, if you don't get a steal, got to be a foul quick. And you just got to make sure you don't give the intentional. 37 seconds left, 8 points. Not out of the realm of possibility. I've seen a 6-point lead evaporate, a 6-point deficit go to a 3-point lead in 30 seconds, so I know it can happen. I'm sorry, John Hughes, wherever you are. Inbounds to Powell. She will bring it across. Flynn matching her up. Powell dribbles up. Puts up the shot and gets it. Big shot there.
Huge shot here, but West Prairie has to get up into the faces of this United team, and they need a foul here.
Got to get a foul, and actually Bertelson wide open in the lane, puts it up, and Despain going to give her the foul. Bertelson able to get to the basket.
And we said West Prairie was looking to foul, but that's not the type of foul you wanted to give up there. Big and one here. She'll look to push the lead out to 9.
With 20 seconds left. Free throw is good. 38-29 the lead here with 20 seconds left, and that is huge. That's one of those, when they bring it in, man, you've got to get that foul immediately because they ran, what was it, 37 seconds, so they ran 17 seconds off here.
Yeah, and West Prairie just falling asleep, letting the leaker loose out back door, and she went in, got the and one, and that was just a really nice play there.
Yeah, and United has pulled a bunch of those all the way along here. United has really done a good job leaking out or doing, and their girls knowing what to do at exactly the right minute. That's been key, and part of that is a function of you're putting your pressure so far up. Sometimes that'll happen. You just kind of hope and pray that the other team doesn't realize it and plays into the pressure. But got to give United a lot of credit for poise here tonight, John. They have been phenomenally poised pretty much at all moments of the game now.
Absolutely. As we saw throughout the entire game, they were extremely patient in offense, and it's definitely translating here towards the end of the game as they have been extremely patient again. And another big thing has just been their free throw shooting here down the stretch, able to get easy points up on the board. And they have that to thank for the lead that they have.
And
if you're West Prairie, you got to move quick here.
Vanonic puts up the three, no good. Bell the rebound. She'll put up a rebound shot quick, no good. Bertelson the rebound with 5 seconds left. And Addie Despain will give the foul. And Addie Despain will foul out of the ball game, as that is her 5th personal with 6.9 seconds left. And Lindsey Dunn will check in. I don't think that's what Addie meant, but that's what happened. As a 10th team foul, so it'll be 2 shots no matter what.
Was a bit of a rough foul there from Despain, but she's just looking to send it to the line.
Bertelsen free throw. It is no good. And she'll look to make the lead 10. Second one is good. 39-29. They'll roll it. Lindsey Dunn will roll it in. Powell will. They'll put a few seconds back on it. It's 6.5. They ran the clock when they rolled the ball in, which you're actually not supposed to do.
And United is smartly going to come extend this pressure so they don't have that opportunity to roll in.
Well, now we got 6. And
5 minutes back on the clock.
Well, and I got to sympathize. They do. It's one of those things. That's not easy setting that, folks.
We almost got the right time on the scoreboard.
I'm getting there. And it
seems to be coming down with every press of the button.
And they're trying to set it up here, getting closer. But, yeah, pretty much United said, well, we're just going to do that here. We're going to come up and work with it here as continue to work with it. There we go.
Say if you're West Prairie, you would have really liked to seen 6 minutes and 50 seconds on the board, but.
So now inbounds to Powell. Powell up to Bell. Lauren Bell puts up the shot, and that is going to be it. The United Red Storm defeat the Cyclones of West Prairie 39-29 here, as they are able to take this one home here. And Cyclones, a good effort. Just couldn't quite, not quite enough at the end. And we'll get to talk with Coach Grant Bland, talking about games here tonight. And also a big one at Brown County coming up here later on. As we'll eye all those up when we get Grant to check on up here a little quickly. And a good effort overall. Got to give them a lot of credit. Good effort here tonight for the girls as they tried to, make something happen. Just another one of those games where you just can't have those big holes early on.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things where it seemed like they were in a position to break out at every moment in this game. Obviously, they got down by a lot here and there, but they were able to crawl their back into it. And if you're the Cyclones, that's one thing you got to be proud of. They were in a position to win this game, and they just came up a little bit short.
At Country Financial, we enjoy serving the community in which we live, big or small.
I love living in the Blandonsville area. It's where I grew up, went to school, and decided to raise my family. I never had a desire to live or work anywhere other than in a small town. I feel lucky to help my longtime friends and neighbors with their insurance needs. It's like working with family every day.
I'm Brett Powell, your local Country Financial representative, whose door is always open to work with you.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. and everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
And we're back here getting ready, hopefully get Coach Grant Bland up here to talk to us. I know he was talking to Chargers. I know that was one he really wanted to have. I mean, that one was one, within your grasp. But as they always say, John, so close yet so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And as I mentioned before we went to that short little break there, I mean, West Prairie was in a position to win this game all throughout it seemed like. But really just the composure and the free throw shooting of that United team, and they were able to come out of here with a win. And, they played really well all game. Hats off to them. They were able to slow the pace down, work through their offensive sets. They put up a lot of three-pointers. They made a lot of three-pointers. And, if you're West Prairie, again, it's just one of those things where you are in a position to win this game. If they see them again, they'll make some changes and maybe come out with a win.
Yeah, exactly. And you just got to – and, again, as you mentioned that, I feel like I mentioned it like a million times. But, they did some great effort to get back in it and that. And it's just valuing each possession. That is the really important thing, is valuing each and every possession as you're going along the way. And I got to give hats off to United on that. Man, United was really good at working, getting exactly what they wanted. And that's what the Cyclones got to do a little bit there, is just keep working till they get, whatever it is they're after, and being patient and taking a little bit of what the defense gives you.
Yeah, just really playing like United played, just slowing the pace down, working the ball around, looking to make good passes, nothing too fancy, just throwing the ball around the outside and putting up shots when you get them.
And that's a lot of the rebounding, playing good defense. Those are all the things that go into that. And they've got a couple days of practice, to work on a few things. And this one, I know coaches don't like moral victories, but in a way, kind of a moral victory, because they stayed close. They fought their way back within 3. Just couldn't quite get there in the end. And that's the hard part, is learning how to finish the deal, John. That's kids struggle with that, is learning how to close that deal. And I think these Cyclones can do that. They can close that deal. They just have to do things we're talking about to finish it off. Finish the game off. One of the key things, that 6-0 run, when they'd gotten it to within 3 at 26-23, United busts out a 6-0 run, and just kind of you can't in fact finish the game on a 13-6 run to kind of take it home. And those are the things, baby steps. And Coach Grant Bland coming out this way. Hopefully we get a chance to talk with him here as we go along on the post-game show. And again, we'll have more of the Cyclones and more of the tomorrow night. Am I correct in that this is the first home game for the boys, John? Is that correct?
I believe so, yes. They just got done playing in the tournament in Bushnell. I don't know if it was really a tournament. Well, it was just
it's a tournament, yeah.
It's a tournament. So they just got done there, and they're going to be here tomorrow night. It looks like Grant Bland is up here, and we'll get a quick interview with him after I hand him my headset.
You know what happens after games, Coach? I don't have a shot collar, so I can't get your attention.
I know, my bad.
Oh, that's all right. Grant, the thing John and I have been talking about a lot here in the post-game show, kind of a so close yet so far. And I don't want to, dwell on the negative too much, but you start off in a 7-0 hole, and then you get within 3 and you let them go on a 6-0 run. And, you take those two pieces out, you're right in this game.
You're exactly right. And that's kind of what we talk about in our timeouts and at halftime, where we're always, I feel like we're one play away. And it's that one play that the other team makes that just maybe either sets us back or, I don't know, kind of drains you for a second. But then I just got done telling them in the locker room that even though through those I still saw some battle and some fight in us. And I said that's something that I can at least live with. So.
Well, and you got to take your hat off to United, and I think it's somewhere you and the ladies are going to have to go, is they were so patient. Work that offense until they got what they wanted, and it was impressive to watch.
Yeah, no, that is a good team over there. I told them coming in, I think they won their last, 2 or 3 games coming into tonight. They're a good shooting team. I watched a bunch of film on them over the past couple of days. Team watched it tonight. We knew they had some good shooters. They just, they made their shots, and they made a ton of free throws too. So they made their free throws definitely when they needed to.
And some of that is, defensively, you got to make sure you're in position, got to make sure you don't give up too much. And the girls, it's there. You see that it's there. And one of these, once they get one of these, it's going to be huge for them. But it's getting that first one that always the hard part.
Yeah, like I said, we started the season. You play 3 of probably some of the best teams you'll play all year with Brimfield, Brown County, and Jacksonville. And then to turn around and get two wins in a row was great for them. Like I said, that matched your win total from last year. But I told them we don't want to be satisfied with that. We want to keep building, right? So we want to keep building off those 2 wins. I think that's something you can build off. We got to go right back to Mount Sterling on Thursday and
that's going to be a tall task.
Yeah, it is. But like I said, if we go out there and we're going to prepare these next 2 days the best that we can, watch some film on them. We know what they like to do, but we'll prepare for it and just go out there and play hard. That's all I want.
All right. Thanks, Grant, for
Awesome.
Joining us here. And
Thank you, guys.
Wish you good luck down there at Brown County.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
And that's going to wrap things up for here from us. For John Burton, I'm Greg Phelps saying so long from Scioto.